Hello fellow traders, Paul Lemmel got another really good looking chart here. This is a long-term chart. Now I'd put this in a pretty high volatility situation. This stock is just moves very fast. You just have to be cognizant of that. This is not one of those ones you load up on. Now you can drive down the risk with options, but it's very high vector, so it's not for the faint of heart. But it's got a good looking chart. Cycles are lining up, and we'll break down the cycles when we get back. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Also, we're looking for talent, maybe someone who's not locked into their own way of trading and is open to exploring a new outside the box form of cycle-based trading, which we use to swing trade equities and day trade indexes, SPY, QQQ, and futures. If you have any interest in that, DM me through our social media or email me at paul@bigkahnatradingclub.com and I'll give you more information. Okay, looking at the market rating here, it's still holding up. It's excellent price action on the indexes, so we're in real good shape for the longs, and that's where we're pretty much staying right now. I don't see a lot of excellent short setups, but I see plenty of longs, so we're going to ride the trend here. Okay, breaking down the cycles on this. This is not our typical cup action because we tend to have shorter cup consolidations, but these long-term charts coming off of an IPO shakeout, deep cups, you're going to have very extended cycle lines. This first cycle was a TM-4. It's a 10 to 13 month cycle, and then the next cycle was a TY1 plus. It's over 1.5 year cycle. And you can see right here, when you get the fractal set, that's your first clue. You get a 10 bar fractal on a daily set, so basically 10 bars on each side of the middle. Whether that happens at TY1 exactly or TY1 plus, you just wait for that fractal set before you draw your trend line. Now on the third trend line, Cat3, this is a very common IPO cycle, a TM-7. It's a 27 to 33 month cycle. Once you got that set, you go internal on the CH3 to 4 channel. You can find more information on our blogs, etc. But the TM or the pullback from a CH3 set, that's a channel 3 set. Basically, let me just give you a quick review of the channel lines here. So here's the start of a channel, CH1, the lows of a channel in a downtrend at CH2. And so the highs of a channel in a downtrend, the CH3, and then you get the resolution of the channel, the complete channel at CH4, and that's right here in this zone. So, you know, you get the pullback from that, and that's basically going to be a turn zone for the next channel, and that's looks like where we're heading. But this is a deep retrace, not real pretty. Went from $10 all the way down to below that $3 zone, right to 250. But you got a nice good solid bounce off of that, so that's a good sign. Despite the deep retrace, you were at a primary cycle line, so this looks like a good chance of it continuing out of that line, especially if we can get the 750 PPP to hold right in that zone right now. So this area right here holds. It's going up to the next one, minimum $10 PPP. And so I'll give you some price targets based on the cycles when we get back. Okay, looking at some price targets on BBAI. This is again our most common cycle on the breakout from the floor to the bottom of the cup. TM3 cycle, it's a 5 to 7 month cycle, and extrapolating to the north side of a channel, that's around $11 or so, which is about a 50% gain from here. And if it hits the X channel, that would be almost a couple 100% on that. And then if it hits the TM3 2X, that would be about 300%. And if it hits the TM3 3X, that would be about 400% or so. Quite possibly can do it. BMI on this breakout here was about 4 BMI, so could very well do that. You're coming out of potentially coming out of a primary trend line with that TM-7 cycle line off of the IPO. So it looks like it definitely has a chance to produce some gains, especially if we can get outside of that original IPO high around $17 or so. I mean, if it did that, and if you had a really quality PBC zone in that $20 area, I would say 2 times 20 plus 20 or 60 bucks. That would be about 5x on the channel probably. So it could very well hit that. This is a good looking chart. The only thing I'm a little bit tentative on is the fact that we had such a deep retrace off of the cycle set over here, and when you get here, when you get to that $50 mark, you're at 1,000%, 10x off of the pullback there. That should really push it back with the selling pressure from that breakout. Again, if it gets that far, it's got to be the fundamentals to back it up. But cycle wise, definitely has potential, especially if it gets outside of that original IPO high, again around 1675 or so. So looking pretty good. Again, BBAI, Big Bear.AI Holdings Inc. If you're interested in a trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.